Joining me now, a member of the RNC Rules Committee, chairman of the Republican National Lawyers Association, former senior advisor for the Newt Gingrich presidential campaign in 2012, Randy Evans, and Great America PAC strategist, former Reagan White House political director, veteran of 10 presidential campaigns, Ed Rollins.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm going to have to put that on a board or something. It's just, you guys are just too many honorifics. Anyway, it's great to have you both here.
Thank you very much.
Let's start. Randy, the campaign has decided, the transition team has apparently decided they want to put more candidates in front of the president-elect. What in the world is going on here?
Well, you've got a president-elect who's in charge. He knows exactly what he wants to accomplish. He's actually using this as a bit of a learning database, which is to gain access to some of the best minds that we have to offer and talk about real foreign policy issues. But I want to talk also a little bit about the call to Taiwan. Think about it for a minute, Lou. He tweets about it.
Wait. I'm a simple country boy. Let's take this in order and let me kind of gently go along with this and see what I can assimilate. It's a learning experience for me as well. What I don't understand, Ed, is, you know, this looks like incomplete staff work. I mean, it really does reflect on the people bringing these folks together, doesn't it?
Yes, I think first of all, Randy, I don't disagree in the sense that there's some capable people being run through, but now you're running them all through Secretary of State. There's only a couple jobs left, and everybody that comes in the building, including Al Gore, gets mentioned as a potential for Secretary of State. And I hope the only thing Al Gore did is ask Trump how did he win his home state of Tennessee, because if he'd have won that, he'd been president when Bush was.
But you've let that go. That's it.
At the end of the day here, I hope he's not in there giving environmental advice to anybody. So I think the key thing here is this is an important post. It got floated out early on. Traditionally, it's one of the first ones made. It's one of the big four positions. I think the longer this circus goes on, it looks like a circus, and I think the guy needs to make a decision pretty quick here. Equally as important, I think the important element that's missing in all of this is White House staffs now are big entities that basically control a lot of the element of the governing. And now we have the National Security Advisor and Bannon and Priebus and nobody else, and they need to get to those positions quick.
And I'm going to ask you as well, Randy. I mean, this looks like a staffing issue to me. I mean, if I'm president-elect, and I would be terrific at it, I can assure you of that. But I would be pretty annoyed if this had been going on at this rate, and suddenly we're watching establishment figures like Rex Tillerson show up. We've got John Huntsman. Are you kidding me? This looks like somebody floating things downriver.
Well, I don't agree with you, Lou. You and I usually agree on just about everything, but I think here, I think the president-elect fully appreciates and understands just how critical the Secretary of State position is.
You know, when I hear the words appreciate and understand, I think somebody's been to one of those sensitivity training classes.
No, I disagree with you. I remember when Newt became Speaker. No, I remember when Newt became Speaker, how careful he was about various specific positions, because those positions, more than any other, impacted everything else. And I think President-elect Trump here is just taking his time on the Secretary of State, because it, more than any other, will have the greatest direct,
Lord, I'm not
immediate
going to
impact.
argue with you, or even, I don't think we need to take time. My audience is brilliant. I mean, they understand the importance of the Secretary of State, believe me. I mean, we just learned it in the election because there was a former Secretary of... Never mind, that probably doesn't build the case the way you want it. The fact is that this is taking up enormous energy and time on the part of the president-elect. I do not comprehend why these figures would be boiling up here at this juncture if somebody isn't pushing them.
A lot of it's self-promoted. A lot of it is... I think the reality here is he needs to make a choice, and fairly quickly. Otherwise, it's becoming a distraction. I think he had one of the best weeks ever of a transition last week. He needs to get this government moving forward and either say, I'm not going to decide for another 2 weeks and let me decide some other things. The best news, though, is the two guys that aren't on that list, who are the least diplomatic guys in this town, are you and me. If you appear on that list, I'm going to be very suspicious. And if I get on that Secretary of State's list, we know we're ready to go to war with somebody. So.
Look, where I disagree is...
By the way, I may be the only guy in the media who's not on that.
But I think you underestimate the art of distraction. The art of distraction.
Partner, I've been distracted for so long, for 16. Come on, man. I've been covering this campaign for a year and a half.
Yeah, but you've been laser focused. You've been laser focused throughout this campaign.
You are really you're on my tail tonight, aren't you? I mean,
no,
I got to get it away from all those hard boards. You know, the fact is, I'm not a bit distracted. I'm paying attention to what is going on. And the fact of the matter is, we've suddenly got a second wave when I would have thought that first wave would be pretty shiny. So that means there was something wrong with the first wave, doesn't it? And that's a staff job as well. And that's why I'm saying to you, I smell politics and I smell insufficient staff work.
Well, I think the transition team has taken a very heavy role, and I think there's some conflicts going on between Bannon and Priebus and the transition team.
I agree with that.
And I think that's not a good thing, because the transition team, I mean, I'll never forget last week when someone on the transition team was taking on Kellyanne, basically saying she did, you know, Kellyanne, who was there from the get-go and turned this thing around.
That just tells you how big an idiot that person was taking on Kellyanne.
I hope they're no longer there. But at the end of the day here, you know, it's always about putting people in the government, and you need to get this thing going quickly because you don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, Lou, I just say that he has consistently proven the art of distraction works very well so that he can get done what he wants to get done. And he's doing that. And I think you're going to start to
Randy,
see things
did you see
populate.
what you're doing there?
What?
You're trying to make it sound like we're criticizing the president-elect, and we're not at all. But I do appreciate you defending him, even in the absence of criticism. So we're going to bank that for you, and it'll be available when that inevitable time does come that we will be criticizing.
And when he talked about the speaker, and the speaker's careful, Randy ended up being the principal attorney.
Right.
So I think that was he could have made that decision out of his backyard. That's where you guys would get
and
to know.
He's in charge. He's in charge, right? All those damn Republican lawyers, for crying out loud. Randy, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Ed Rollins.
Thank you.
We're coming right